Okay, so this is Gemini AI, and it has some models with audio understanding capability, which means you can open Gemini and then you can upload your audio file, let's say in the MP3 format, and then you can ask Gemini this question. So after some analysis, it gave me this answer. So apparently, according to Gemini, the genre of the music is electronic dance music or EDM. But the question is it accurate? Well, let's take a listen to the audio file that I just provided to Gemini. So let me just play this audio and tell me if this is actually EDM. Okay, so it is safe to say that that was an EDM. That's actually lo-fi with some gentle touch. So it is not high energetic or high paced music like EDM. But why did it give me this answer? And I actually have read the answer, and it is basically just AI hallucination. It is just AI trying to guess exactly the genre of the music, and it is very, very wrong. And that's kind of confusing because in the documentation, Google told us that the latest model in Gemini do have audio understanding capability. Well, that wasn't really the case because not every variation on Gemini comes with this feature. So let me show you how you can use Gemini to detect accurately the genre of the audio file or music that you have provided. So let me just open Gemini, and here I'm going to use a different variation on Gemini. But let me just upload the music first. So this is the same file that I just provided earlier, and I'll just ask the same question: what genres of this music? So that's a simple question, and right here you have to choose either fast or pro, but honestly I'm much more leaning to fast because it will give you an answer much quicker. So one thing that you need to know is that the thinking variation on Gemini cannot accurately detect the genre of the music, which is kind of strange because usually when people using the thinking variation on this AI platform, they're expecting better and more elaborate answer, which most of the times it does, but here it doesn't have the audio understanding capability. So you have to use either fast, which will reroute the model to the Gemini 3 flash preview model, and that model comes with audio understanding, and you can also use the Gemini Pro. And right now it has Gemini 3.1 Pro preview, I believe, and it also has the audio understanding feature. But I would say that's kind of overkill, so just use the fast variation. Now, in the future, there could be some new upgrades. There could be Gemini 3.5, Gemini 4, Gemini 5, etc. But just make sure that you're using the model that has the audio understanding capability. So yeah, just right now, just don't use the thinking variation if you want to detect the music. Now let me just send the message and just wait for the answer. And this time around, you'll see that it will give me an accurate answer. It will actually understand the music. There you go. So this is a lo-fi down tempo with some jazz fusion, which is very much accurate, and it has some hip hop. So this is the correct answer, and it is possible because this variation and also the Pro variation do have audio understanding. Now, what's interesting is this is not the only models from Google that comes with audio understanding. You can actually use another platform from Google called Google AI Studio to detect music. So let me just give you how to detect music genres in Google AI Studio. You can navigate to aistudio.google.com. And I will navigate to Playground right here. And right here on the right side of the screen, you can choose the model. Again, you can use the Gemini 3.1 Pro preview, but do not use Gemini 3 Pro because this one doesn't have the audio understanding feature. So here, you can use Gemini 2.5 Pro. Yes, that model, even though it is older, actually has the feature. So I'll just use that model, and you can use it for free. You don't have to bring your API key. And to upload the audio, you can click this and then select upload files. Now I'll select a different audio file. This is the audio, and I'll just send the same question again. what genres this music. Okay, so I guess I'm going to give you a quick preview. Okay, that's basically just some guitar music. Let me just send the message and just wait for the answer. And there are many other things that you can do, like you can set the thinking budget. You can also enable maybe function calling, URL context, grounding with Google search. That's actually really cool, and some other settings that will influence the answer of the AI. So this is the answer, and it is instrumental acoustic music. It is very much accurate. Folk, ambient, finger picking style with nylon guitar is very characteristic of folk music. Well, I don't know folk music, but I guess that was a quite accurate answer. It mentioned something like guitar, so I would say that's pretty much on point. So another place that you can try to detect the genre of an audio file is this page on fal.ai. So I believe it is using the same audio understanding capability as the one that we have on Gemini. You can navigate to this page and then you can upload your music. Let me just click this and select the audio file, open, and you can ask a question like, what are the genres of this music? Okay, so that's about it. Just click run and wait for the answer. So this platform is mainly used for developing a website or an app that might comes with some AI capabilities, and I'm pretty sure that it's using the Gemini model, although I don't see any mention of that, but I'm pretty sure that from the way it is answering my query, it is actually using Gemini models behind the scene. Now, one thing to note when you're using fal.ai to detect the audio music is that it's not going to show you the answer right here. Instead, you have to click the JSON tab and you'll see the answer from AI. So based on the music in the video, well, that wasn't video, the primary genres are lo-fi, hip-hop, and also it mentions something like chill hop and what else, jazzy, moody melody, etc. So I would say that's more or less the same answer as the one that we have tried earlier in the Gemini 3 fast variation on the Gemini platform. So that's basically a few places that you can try to detect the genre of your music file accurately. And yeah, you can use the Gemini platform. You can also use some Gemini models in Google AI Studio. And lastly, you have the option to detect the music via this platform. And by the way, I have the link in the description if you want to try that. So I hope you learned something from this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. I wish you a great day ahead.